So if somebody's new, kind of like I am, right? Where do you think like the best place to start is specifically in either their marketing or their ops with AI within their service business? Like, what would you recommend for them?
I would say start small, right? So keep things as simple as possible when you're starting out. The models are very, very good at teaching you about themselves, which is one thing I found. When I first started using GPT, I think it was like the 2.5 or the third model. So I mean, this was like 2, 3 years ago, and I thought the same as you. You know, I'm in sales, and I was like, man, like, is this going to replace what I'm doing? And I think that's what a lot of people worry about, which, valid concern. I totally understand. But I think the way we need to look at these models is really a tool. It needs a human, as you can see. I'm sure when you first started using it, it's like you can tell it's written by AI. I love going on LinkedIn and you see people post these posts, and it's like, man, that guy, I know him. He's dumb as a box of rocks. He did not write that. You know what I mean? It's like perfectly formatted. It kind of has this cadence that you can kind of pick up on. But I would say, yeah, I mean, for people that aren't using it, just start using it as much as possible. Ask it questions, right? It's very different compared to Google. If you want to type in like, hey, how do I grow my business, my landscaping business in 2025? If you put that into Google, you're going to have ad after ad after ad, right? You're going to have to comb through all these links and, figure out, are they trying to sell me? Is this an actual blog? And you could spend a few hours doing that. Whereas GPT, if you ask a specific question, it's going to answer, what you're asking in context, right?
Yeah.
So I would say for people that are, not currently using it in their business, number one, you need to start using it. Look up the stats. 86% of businesses right now, they're saying they're using AI in some shape or form, right? I truly believe in the future, the people that do not use AI to their advantage, they're going to fall behind the competition. So I think it's very important that we adopt this technology. But yeah, I would say like hop on GPT and tell it your business, give it context, right? That's the thing about these models. If it doesn't know your business, your background, your history, what your goals are, if you don't give it context, it's going to give you very generic answers, right? The magic of these models is when you ask it specific questions, give it context, give it background. And I like to tell people, talk to it like a person, right? That's
Yeah.
where it's a language model, right? So if you talk to it like a human, like an assistant, say, hey, I've never used AI, I've got a landscaping business, what can I use you for? And see what it spits out, and then just continue asking it questions. And that last thing I'll say is, that's the beauty of it too, is whatever it gives you, like that first email that it writes out, that first draft, it might be horrible, but the beauty is really in refining it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't like this email, it's too generic. Have it talk more like me, have it talk more like a human, right? That's where each output, you're just kind of refining it. I like to think of it kind of like clay in a way, right? It's like you're kind of molding your answers.
Yeah.
But more in a practical standpoint, I would say just the automations, right? A lot of businesses are trying to put out marketing content, trying to come up with like a plan for the next month, right? If you've got a social media page and you're like, I don't know what to post, that's one of the easiest questions you could ask the model. Like, hey, what could I post for the next 3 months that would really resonate with my audience? So that's one thing we do at Revno. I see myself as a consultant as well. I'm not just selling, software leads, results. I'm also helping my clients with using the models, anything that's time efficient for them, right? And yeah, I mean, I love talking about AI, as you can tell, man. So when people call me, ask questions, I'm like, dude, I'll talk for the next 2 hours about this stuff.
Dude, I love it. I mean, obviously there's got to be a level of like readiness. Like you got to know like when is the right time to start using it, like for what tasks. I think what I often get in trouble with in trying to use it is like I'm trying to do like too many things that are like too far down the road, where I could have it immediately help me do one thing. So you mentioned like writing emails, right?
Yeah.
Like if that's a big task burden, if it's like a sales copy email or something for like a newsletter or like things like that, generic internal stuff might not be applicable. Sometimes it is though. Like it just depends. Depends on the denseness, I think, of the material.